Hey there, foodies! Welcome back to the kitchen. On the menu today, I have this creamy salmon, super easy to make, and it is delicious.
Y'all better can cook. Think you know you pay your pretty look. You want to live a restaurant and come done man bank book. Cook, recipe book.
Right, so let's start off by cleaning our salmon. Well, these pieces are already nice and clean. I have already pat dried them, and so now I'm gonna season them. You can season with your favorite seasoning. You can just go in with salt and pepper, but I'm using some all-purpose seasoning mixed with some fish seasoning. So once you get that season all on your salmon, you just need to rub it all in, ensure that the salmon is fully coated on both sides. That'll take you just about 2-3 minutes to get this all nice and coated. And these are what? 6 pieces of salmon. So once this is nice and ready, you know, salmon can be done in several ways. Salmon doesn't need to be boring. It's healthy, but it does need to be boring. So here I'm adding some oil to my pot. I'm adding olive oil, that is, but you can use the oil of your choice, of course. Do not overdo it with the oil. Just ensure that your pot is nice and coated. Then you are going to fry up the salmon. Ensure that the pot is over medium heat and that the oil is nice and hot before you add the salmon pieces in. And I'm just trying to get it a little bit crisp on the back side or the skin side. I'm not trying to get this cooked all the way through because it is going to go in that creamy sauce and you don't want to overcook your salmon. So about 1 to 2 minutes on each side, and then this will be nice and ready. Well, ready to be placed aside, because we're gonna make the sauce and add these babies back into the sauce. So a few minutes later, you just need to remove these. Once they're brown on both sides, then they are finished. Trust me. Remember that salmon, you don't need to overcook salmon because it will be, it will be a little bit hard, at least to me. So in that same pan, I am going to leave the oil, whatever is left over. Then I'm going to go in with some unsalted butter. You need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Put it in that same pot with whatever oil is left over. Then you're going to add a tablespoon of garlic minced and a tablespoon of onion. Then you're just going to move everything around in your pot and sort of saute the onion and the garlic. And once that's all nice and sauteed, do not burn it, you're going to add some Chardonnay. I'm adding a half cup of Chardonnay, but if you don't have Chardonnay, you can always use, some nice white wine that you have around the house, or just some cooking wine of your choice. Once everything is nice and bubbling, simmering, you're gonna add in some chicken stock, just about 2 tablespoons of chicken stock. If you do not eat chicken, you can use vegetable stock. Mix it around. Then once you do that, you're gonna add 1 cup of heavy cream. 1 cup of heavy cream is enough for 6 pieces of salmon for me. So here you're just going to mix everything together. Ensure that the chicken stock, the heavy cream, that nice butter, garlic and onion, everything comes together. Then you're going to add some parsley. You can add fresh parsley if you have that, but I have dried parsley, so I'm going in with some dried parsley. And the amount that you add is totally up to you, but about a half teaspoon is perfectly fine. Then you're going to mix everything together to get that nice creamy sauce to come together. Right now it's not there as yet, but it will get there, trust me. So next, of course, it's salmon, so you need to add some lemon juice. You can add the juice from half of a lemon, and be careful not to get the seeds in your sauce. Squeeze that all out, and then the next half you can cut them into slices, put them to the side because we are going to add those on top of our salmon when it's cooking, when it goes back into the sauce and it's cooking. Here I'm adding a little black pepper, a pinch of black pepper, not too much, do not OD. Mix everything together and allow this to, you know, simmer and get nice and thick. Once you do that and you see that this is coming together nice and slow, you're gonna put the salmon pieces back into the sauce. Remember, those weren't, you didn't fry those like all the way through, so adding them back to the sauce will help them, the inside of these salmons, know this, the inside of the salmon pieces, to steam, right? And ensure that your pot is over low heat at this point. You do not want to turn it up and then, you know, you have the sauce burning on the side of the pan and then everything just boils over. None of that. Excuse my salmon pieces, they were falling apart, but nonetheless, this was nice and delicious. And if you've made it this far in the video, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We need 50k or at least 25k by year end, okay? So let's get this. Let's go. Okay, leave your salmon pieces in the sauce, the creamy sauce. Add some more parsley as you so desire, and also the lemon slices on top. Use a spoon also to, you know, get the sauce on top of the other piece, on top of the pieces, because you don't want to shuffle these around too much. And at this point the sauce is coming along and it's smelling so good. The lemon with the heavy cream, the chicken stock, all that seasoning goodness, lovely. So I'll just keep on doing this until the salmon pieces are nice and covered, and then after a few minutes, when this is nice and when this gets nice and thick, then I'll be ready to serve this up. Because, you know, I'm kind of on this healthy journey and I don't want, like, you know, my meats or any of those things to be boring. So I do try my best to create, you know, different types of salmon, not just add the salmon in the oven and then that's it. You know, I try to do different things with my salmon. Here I'm adding the lemon slice pieces right on top of the salmon. And this was like a late night thingy as well, so it's easy for you to make this. You don't need to have like a whole day to do this. Just a few minutes and this will be nice and ready. So now the sauce, it has thickened a whole lot. As you can see here, it is nice and ready, and I'm going to have some of this with some quinoa, polenta, broccoli, and the whole works. This was so good, just creamy and nice, and the salmon was just, you know, flaky and just it was so good. And this is something that you can have for lunch. You can have this creamy salmon for lunch with, you know, some vegetables, or you can have it for dinner. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Of course, if you like the video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on, visit my website at roma'skitchen.net for this and other great recipes. Until next video.